Very warm welcome, Ananda, and most respected authorities of Annamalai University, and respected Dean and Director of our center. Dear friends, dear students and faculty members of CAS Marine. Today I am going to talk about fish acute immune responses. So previous online class, fish biodiversity and the cells of immune organs and the classifications of the cell types and the T cell, B cells function and how you can go and identify that. So today, within the short duration, I am going to finish this. My dear friends, already you know very well about that. Immune is a very key role for antibody productions of the system. So that way, in and mammals and higher animals, lot of differences is there only in the structural wise, but in functional wise between mammal immune system and the fish immune system. Mechanism wise it is going to be similar. I am very happy. I already you know very well about that innate immune responses in fishes or especially fishes. So today the same way, what is that acute and adaptive immune responses in fishes? My dear friends, you know very well about that. The fishes are the oldest animal group with an immune system showing clear similarity with the defense system of mammals. Already explained last online classes. So this structural wise, maybe at the location wise, some differences is there in mammals and the fishes immune system. But function wise, for especially adaptive system very well developed in mammals compared to fishes. What is the reason of that? You know very well about that. There is no any developed memory cells in fishes. So the memory cell is a key role for having in case of fishes. So that way I am happy to share with you for some what is the adaptive immune responses in fishes. So that way already you know pretty well innate inborn immune responses. It is a first line defense mechanism of the system of the animals. What is that? Maybe the physical barrier, some chemical barriers. So a lot of the system involved in innate immune mechanism. So it is very well developed in fishes. You compare to acute immune system, maybe working mechanism in case of fishes compared to innate immune defense mechanism. So that way, the innate immune mechanism, what are the component involved form of the immunity in the case of fishes? So in that, what are the characters? What are the component is adaptive immune responses in fishes? So that way, the acute immunity is a complex network of specialized cells going to involve not only for the cells, proteins. You know very well about the protein is a major role for acute immunity. Not only for the protein, genes and the biochemical messages. So this component is a main role for it is involved in acute immune responses in case of fishes. So that provides the means necessary for the body of respond specifically to the antigens, antibodies and the effect with the high specificity and affinities. My dear friends, you know that These three compound indices and cells. What are the cells? You know very well about that B cell and T cell. Already I mentioned B cell is a system. The T cells, this is very much key role for cell-mediated immune responses activity for the adaptive immune responses. So that way, this network process gives rise to form adaptive immune. Next, antibodies. You know the type of the antibodies in the system: IgM, IgD, and IgE and IgA. These are 5 types of antibodies. In case of fishes, you develop the IgM antibodies. In few cases, IgD also, some of the reporters have pointed out that the antibodies here key role for adaptive immune responses. For especially in their tetramer in nature and contain 8 antigenic combining sites. Body can be generated in skin, intestine, gills without necessary. My dear friends, you know that already the IgM, it is a very important role for giving the antibodies. Antibody, what is the need of this? Then only you can fight with the entering the foreign substances, maybe that enemy or whatever bacterial pathogens or viral pathogens, whatever it is. So this antibody is a second line antibodies, second line immune defense mechanism that is involved in adaptive immune responses. The other name known as acute immune responses. So that way, IgM antibodies is a key role for adaptive immune responses. You should remember that. Not only that antibodies, already I mentioned that immunological memories. So this is a very important immunological memory. How to you can have develop the immunological memory in case of lower animal. For especially in fishes, it is very difficult. In case of human being, his memory cell is very well developed. Then only you identify the species. Who is the person? Who is the people? You can identify that now because the reason of naturally you have the memory power. So the same memory power, it is a primitive vertebrate animal. Only in case of some species, Telia species, already reported that or is already is reported in 1994 and 1991, and Winston and Argus, these are the pointed out the memory response, a second exposure to a so a second exposure to an antigen is reported that 1994. Not only that, in rainbow trout, suboptimal doses of both T lymphocytes in an antigenic determinant and independent manner after an initial exposure to the same antigen. My dear friends, how the memory cell is working in the case of fishes? Again and again, you are going to inject the same antigen. That fish is definitely identify the antibodies, identify the entering the particles. So this is the one reported in rainbow tower. Is in the memory cell is a key role for adaptive immune responses in antigenic dependent and independent manner. However, optimal level of antigen suggests that perhaps B cells with a high affinity receptor were selected as. Already you know very well about that memory B cells and T cells. So these are the cells is a key role for answers. Without this, what will happen? You cannot find out which one is the enemies, which one is the harmful substances. Secondary level. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So that way, my dear friends, you know very well about that immunological memories. So this immunological memories is a response to suboptimal level of antigen suggests that perhaps B cells with the high affinity receptor, already I told you it's a memory cell. The B cell is a key role for adaptive immune responses in case of in twin fishes and teleost fishes. So that way, in rainbow trout, this immunological memory is already reported 1994. So this is one of the important role for adaptive immune system. And next, we are going to see the cellular cytotoxicities. The leukocyte of the fish are capable of generating cellular cytotoxicity reaction. My friends, already you know very well about that CD4 and CD8. So the two lymphocytes is a key role for adaptive immune responses. So for especially CD8 and CD4, the T cells are divided to give rise to form number of cytokine cells. So that cytokines is involved in the what is that cytotoxic activities. For especially this function suggests that is similar to that occurs in higher vertebrates also. In the sequence of the fish homologous of MHC cells, especially for CD8, MHC class 1 and CD3 plus T cells is similar in higher vertebrate. In case of sea bass, the T cells appear early in larval development stage, at least 5 days after the start of incubations. So, my dear friends, you know pretty well about that. The cellular cytotoxicities or especially the T cells also main role for adaptive immune responses in fishes. You should remember that. And next, the final one, the cytokines. My dear friends, already you know that the T lymphocyte rise to produce number of cytokines. This cytokines involved in adaptive immunities. So already reported so many fishes in immunity, adaptive immunity in fish. The cytokines have been already reported that the recent the CD4 in teleost, it is seem likely these cytokines will drive the activations and the differentiation of the T cell, T helper cell, T subsets. My dear friend, you know very well about the T effector cell, T regulator, T cells also is there. The T cells divided into suppressor cells. Another one is helper cells. The T cells give rise to form so many functions, especially for the adaptive immunity functions. So this cytokines involved in CD4 productions. This CD4 is going to involve in activation and differentiation of the T lymphocytes. So this is for very important role for adaptive immunity. My dear friends, you remember this is the short duration, the lockdown period. I have shared with my experience to you. So if you have any difficulties, any queries in related to this immune responses topic, please you call me or you chat me or mail me. I definitely answer for your queries, whatever it may be. I am learning from your side also. I am not for expert of, especially for this immunology subject. Immunology is a ocean. Already you know pretty well. It's a immune system is a huge portions, huge syllabus, huge subject. So you are going to analyze what you needed. You are going to identify what you needed. In case of, especially for the fish research, especially in fish immunology research, please come forward. You can just isolate the T lymphocyte to identify the B lymphocyte. Whatever in animal studies, whatever in animal model study, first you are going to have fish model, and after that you are going to try to experiment in the higher animal, for especially rat and rabbit. So this fishes, it is a main important role for adaptive immune system. So these are the component antibodies, immunological memories, and cytokines and specific immunities. So these are the cell is a key role for specific immune responses. Already innate immune responses is over and acute immune responses also is over. within the short duration, I finish this for little bit idea and share with my experience in the case of fish immunology. My dear friends, please you short me if you have any doubt. Once again, I thank to everyone and all for especially our Dean Director of the Center and my co-organizing secretaries and the authorities of Annamalai University. I am very thankful to everyone and all. Wish you all the best. See you next class. If you want any references, please you can have this book, The Fish Immune System. You refer this, you have a lot of ideas and you can share with me. And thank you one and all. Last but not least, I thank Ilay Perumal. He is helping lot. He is for always he is motivating me. I am thankful to Ilay Perumal. So he is such a wonderful person. This lockdown period, he is helping me a lot. So once again, I thank to Ilay Perumal, Dr. Ilay Perumal sir also.